We have seen documented proof from one area, only 20 miles across, that in one 3-week period, no less than 95 people were wounded by the army and a further 97 murdered.
Would be able to lay the foundations for a free, independent and democratic society in which all the people of Rhodesia, irrespective of their race or political beliefs, would be able to live in security and peace with each other and with their neighbours.
The Lancaster House Conference ended a bloody war of liberation. To the Matabele people, the attitude of the British government now seems at best like indifference. But the British and other foreign governments who support Mugabe say they must continue to help the new nation despite the killings. To cut off aid, they say, would end what influence they have.
See, you'll be the last man all the time. Wake up.
Because some of them, of course, have not done this particular weapon.
Hey, you, come on, watch out.
Never done
What is worrying you?
Rifle, so they have to...
Today, Britain has over 100 officers and NCOs in Zimbabwe training the new National Army.
400!
And some of them
You.
can't at all.
Watch out, you. Okay.
The army is made up both of former members of the Rhodesian army and ex-guerrillas from Mr. Mugabe's Zanla and Mr. Nkomo's Zipra. But recently, the head of the army, Rex Nongo, the man on the right, has begun to talk privately of the need to demob all Mr. Nkomo's former Zipra fighters. Zimbabwe's greatest need is for national unity. If she were left with a sectarian army, it could be a prelude to catastrophe. The British remain curiously optimistic.
We have some good people coming in. The motivation of the students, you have to see them to believe it. They really want to learn, and of course it makes it much easier for me to teach people that want to learn. But of course I'm sure that Major Matisi, my right-hand man, might be able to give you the other view from the National Army.
There's a lot of stories, Major, about tensions in the army between the two former wings of the Patriotic Front. Is there any evidence of that here?
I would like to comment on that, but
I think, Edward, if I might interrupt you, I think that perhaps that you're not the person to comment on that. Perhaps it's for me to comment, because there are three factions here. There's the former army, and then the two factions of the Patriotic Front. Edward, of course, is a former army, and Edward might not see things as clearly as what I do. And I must answer that here in this particular unit, there's no evidence of this at all. And from what we've seen of all our students, Edward, that come from everywhere, I think that what the problems of 2 years ago have now diminished into almost nothing.
Well, in spite of all the stories out of Matabeleland?
Well, there are stories in Matabeleland. There are stories in Ireland. And you want to believe who writes what story.
But the fact is that a third of Mr. Nkomo's former Zipra fighters have already left the army, often taking their guns with them. On at least 2 occasions, tensions within the army have erupted into full-scale battles. Former Zipra fighters from a mechanized battalion have attempted to shoot up Mr. Mugabe's residence.